Did you guys know I run? I mean, if you follow me on my other socials, I don't know if you would know that I'm a runner. I want to give you 5 tips if you're just starting out in the running community, running, Let me stop getting all nervous. Hi! Welcome back to the channel. Today I have 5 tips for those who are beginners, starting out running, don't know where to start with the running, run a little here, run a little there, just trying to get involved in the running community because it is huge now, or at least really publicized now. And it's really crazy because where I started and where I am at now is drastically different. I hated running. I would literally be in high school like missing practices on purpose because I did not want to go there. I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't even know why I forced myself into that, because like sports were optional in high school. And I quite literally forced myself into running. So I'm like, and look at me now. Basically an adult athlete. Crazy. But anyways, I know running can be very intimidating. Very intimidating. It's actually really, really hard. I'm like, nobody talks about how hard running is. And the fact that like not that many people do it. I think, what is the statistic? Like 6% of the world is running, and then there's like 1% of people that complete a marathon. Crazy. And don't be scared, because it was where I started. I could barely get down the block without huffing and puffing and just being completely burnt out. The first tip is going to be the shoes. When I first started running, I'm not going to take it all the way back to high school, but I'm going to take it back to last year, because I really started taking running more serious last year, like the last year and a half. And when I tell you that I was running the first maybe like 4 or 5 months with the wrong shoes, that was the first time I experienced like my toenail falling off. Okay. First of all, I didn't know that there was like an array. There's hundreds of running shoes. There's so many different kinds because everybody's feet are different. It's different if you're running on the road, the trails. There are so many different like variations of running shoes. So my first recommendation would be to go to your nearest like Runner's Roost, Fleet Feet, depending on the state. I don't know if I'm sure there are a bunch of them, but they will literally get you sized. They will have you sometimes run on a treadmill. They'll look at your feet. They'll look at how pronation, all of that jazz, and get you in like a good set of shoes, because one thing that you just do not want to do is ruin your feet. You need your feet to run. You do not want to get a shitty pair of shoes. And I'm not saying you need the most expensive shoes. You can easily go get fitted, try some shoes on just to like, get your mind just familiar with what kind of shoes are out there and like what sort of comfort level that you want to be like looking for. And then you can go buy something similar. I will say that the shoes that I have been running in, I will say the last like year and a half, are Ultras, which are really awesome. They have a wide toe box and my feet are a lot wider, so that's very helpful. And then I started running in Adidas. So yeah, I'm like, you don't have to go crazy. Look at it as like an investment. Like the most I spent for shoes was probably around like $150, which sounds crazy, but I just look at it as an investment because I am fully locked in right now. Running is my sport. I enjoy it. I have ran 2 half marathons at this point, and I'm actually getting really excited because I want to sign up for a full marathon next year. And yeah, just invest in a great pair of shoes. I have my shoes right here. I can just show you, but they're kind of beat up. These are the Adidas, the Adizero Evo SLs. They're my Ultra Experience Flow 2s. I just washed those ones, that's why they're all white. So yeah, get you a good pair of shoes. I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Tip number 2, start slow. I know you want to run fast. I know you love competition, but I need you to slow it down and just start slow. I can't quite remember my mile pace when I was starting out last year, but I feel like I was in a good like 10:30 phase, like real comfortable for myself. And I will say that compared to where I'm at right now, running like, I will say like 8:45s, 8:30 minute miles when I'm feeling good, has taken a lot of work. Okay? A lot of work. A lot of huffing and puffing, a lot of figuring it out, a lot of trying to slow it down, figure out your breath patterns. And I wear a watch when I run, so I'm able to track my heart rate. And what I had noticed in the beginning is that my heart rate was just like through the roof, and I didn't know why that was. And since then, I've been doing like a ton of research on everything and have been able to get my heart rate down significantly. And so I will say, if you are in this for the long haul, oh my gosh, sorry, she's uncomfortable. If you are in this for the long haul or want to be and want to run longer distances, the trick is to start slow. Oh my gosh. The trick is to start slow. I promise you, you are going to get to that half marathon. You're going to get to that full marathon. You're going to get to that ultra if you're really feeling fancy. Okay? I promise you, nobody is looking at you crazy if you're running like a 13, 14, 15. If you're jogging, if you're walking, and you're slowly getting there, nobody is making fun of you. Nobody's looking at that. They are just proud of you for moving your body. So yes. Tip number 3 is hydration. I cannot stress how important it is to hydrate. I'm not even joking. And I will literally tell you that my high school, unless I wasn't listening, but I really feel like my high school coaches did not stress enough about like hydrating correctly and correctly carb loading, because they were always having us, I feel like, like carb loading the night before and stuff like that. But like the day of, it was like really some insane stuff. If I knew then what I know now, oh my God, I would have killed cross country. That would have been a whole different ball game. But I cannot stress how important it is to hydrate and get familiar with electrolytes. I don't need to get into like electrolyte brands. I'll just give one for example, Liquid IV. Some people use other brands, different like brands like that. That's just the one that I drink. And I drink it once a day. I'm like, you don't need it crazy. There are other ways of getting salt. You could literally pinch some salt in some water. You can do whatever you need to do. Just make sure that you are hydrating. Your muscles will thank you. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. And you need to replenish those insides, because you're going to be sweating a lot. You're going to be losing a lot. Even if it's cold outside, you're still sweating. You're still sweating. You're still losing that sodium. So don't discount that. I don't think that sounded great, but Tip number 4, stretching. I have met so many people that do not stretch before their runs. I think it's natural to stretch after you work out, but like before, I am not even joking, makes a difference. Makes a huge difference. I was trying to find a nice word to say. You want to do like dynamic stretches. So imagine your body like in the running motion. I want you to practice the running motion, okay? Getting your high knees up, everything like that. Those are the type of stretches you want to be doing. So you want to be doing like squats. You want to be doing like reverse lunges. You want to be doing like high knees. There are so many like variations of different dynamic stretches that you can do beforehand to like warm up the joints, warm up the knees, warm up those knees. There are different things that you can do to get your calves ready to go, and everything ready for when you're going to get out there, because going out there on a cold body, you're just gonna be hurting. You're just hurting yourself, and you're just like basically telling yourself you want to get injured. So don't do that. Please stretch before your runs. Please stretch after your runs. You will thank yourself. You will thank yourself, and you should be stretching every day. So I'm looking at you. And my last tip number 5, is rest. The number of people that talk about working out every day and not taking a rest day is actually insane to me. I feel like as a runner, especially if you have been doing this, you should be resting at least twice, like 2 days out of the week, just genuinely, and getting good sleep. Sleep is going to be your best friend when it comes to running. Resting and recovery is going to be extremely important, because running is such a hard sport on your body. And the more time you take to rest and recover, like you're just getting what am I trying to say? Basically like the car, like the engine ready to go again. You need to like turn it off, after you've done a couple runs throughout the week, turn it off, rest, recover. You can go to a recovery lab. You can just chill at home, stretch, go on a nice walk, cold plunge if you're feeling up to it, hot tub, roll those legs out if you have a foam roller, and just rest. It is so critical. I feel like that is like the number one thing that I love. love to rest. After the long week of runs or a few days of runs, the resting portion is so important. It's like the repair, it's like doing the behind the scenes for the muscles. So I cannot stress this enough. Please rest. I literally last year, so like when I tell you guys that like I used to run in high school, I stopped running, literally was like running off and on in college here and there just to get outside, half-ass running. And thinking about like where I started last year, I was literally running once a week, just on Saturdays. I would do 2 to 5 miles with my friend, and we would just run Saturdays. And then after the run club started, I will have a separate video about the run club. We ended up doing it twice a week. And then after we started like running these races, started getting to 3 times a week. And you just slowly build. I feel like running maybe 4 or 5 times a week is cool. And then you can have your 2 days off. If you want to run it every day, cool. Listen to your body. I cannot stress that enough. Listen to your body. If you're just starting out, start with 1 day. Start with 1 day. And you can even start with like 1 mile. Whether you're walking, jogging, trying to run it, just slowly, you're slowly figuring it out. I'm like, running is not easy. Running is not easy. And the number of people that don't know how to do it, it's shocking sometimes, but it's like, I'm not surprised. Running is not common. It's not a common thing. So take your time. I hope these tips were helpful. I wish I knew these things in the beginning. I mean, thank goodness that we have the internet and TikTok and different things like that, because I've been following so many different runners and doing my research and things like that. And I'm still learning along the way. I'm not an expert whatsoever. I'm not a pro athlete. I'm just a girl figuring it out, but I just love to run, and I want to share that, especially because a lot of people that have followed me from a long time ago, I feel like I just kind of popped out with the running content randomly, which is hilarious because now it's just my personality. But anyways, I'm just rambling. I appreciate you guys being here. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. Like always, talk to me in the comments. I'll reply. And if you're not subscribed, not sure what you're doing here, but I hope this was helpful. If you didn't subscribe, maybe you should send this to your friends. It's free. And I love y'all. Mia loves y'all. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.